Okay, I'm back. Hi, guys. I know I was just on for a second. I deleted it. I just wanted to make sure that I was on public. Well, guys, oh my God, so much is happening. But before I give you an update on what's going on, I am going to play something for you because today, January 15th, is a very significant day. It's not only the birthday of Martin Luther King Jr., okay, the man that taught the world how to love and taught the world that, judge me by the content of my character, not the color of my skin. So happy 90th birthday, Martin Luther King Jr. Happy 90th birthday. Also, today is a day that I talk about. It's the 2-year anniversary of the release of Alive 3, Michael Jackson, The Living Dead, which happens to be the 7th anniversary of Peter and I when he first called me, okay? Now, I put a story in Alive 3. I'm going to get to the other stuff. Don't worry, I got some good stuff coming, okay? So stay tuned. Don't lose me. But in Alive 3, I tell a story about me in January 15th. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to play you just a little bit of Alive 3, okay? It has to do with Pearl, which is my name, and Michael, okay? The first time Peter called me was January 15th, 2012. So happy anniversary, Peter. Okay, guys, I wish you know what, I'm going to try to turn off this light behind me. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play this, okay, just a little bit, okay? This is from Alive 3, Michael Jackson, The Living Dead. It's all done in chapters, okay? So this is the chapter called Pearl, and I didn't put all the Pearl stuff in here. Believe me, I had more, but I was like, okay, they get the point. Okay, here we go.
On March 1st, 2012, was the 7-year anniversary of my company, Elbow Grease Productions, being credentialed media in Michael Jackson's 2005 trial. It was the first time the real Michael Joe Jackson could have seen me in person because I sat in the courtroom during that molestation trial. Well, I told that to Peter Pan PYT.
I'm going to move it ahead a little bit because here in Alive 3, I'm just showing you, it's kind of important what I'm showing you. I'm showing you that Michael recorded me, okay? That he came out of the courtroom, and there's another story that I tell that he came out of the courtroom and he told his bodyguards to record me as he drove past. And that's what you're looking at right now. So that's why it's important here in the context of Alive 3. Okay, and then you're going to see me in just a second. And there I am. And see, there I am, way back in 2005. Wow.
So Michael Jackson's longtime drummer, Jonathan Moffett, posted a link to the Jackson 5 cartoon series, A Rare Pearl, coincidentally, which was the number 17 episode. And my name being Pearl, and my favorite Jackson 5 song growing up was Mama's Pearl, I was very intrigued. I asked Peter Pan PYT if he had Jonathan Moffett post that on his Facebook page, and he said no, that it was just an anniversary coincidence. Then he giggled.
Punch and juice. Oh, Pearly, 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 Curly, I got something for you. Yes, my love. Oh, flowers.
Peter Pan often thanked me for my fair reporting on Michael Jackson. And I told him that an acceptable payment would be a hug. A few months later, a fan told me about an upcoming CD of unreleased Jackson 5 songs called Come and Get It, The Rare Pearls. And the Michael Jackson estate owns these Jackson 5 masters. I asked Peter Pan PYT, did he know about the upcoming release? He stated no with another giggle. But then he asked me to purchase it, so I did. And inside that box set was the mention of Tupac Shakur. And as hip-hop urban legend has it, Tupac is thought to have faked his death along with Elvis and now Michael Jackson. Then there's the Spike Lee documentary called Bad 25 that aired on Thanksgiving night in 2012. But the Bad 25 album came out on September 18th, 2012, which was the same day as the CD Come and Get It, The Rare Pearls. There was a shocking coincidence that occurred at the airing of the Bad 25 documentary. But first, let me tell you this. As a reporter who has covered Michael Jackson since 2005 and has reported on Michael Jackson's death hoax since Valentine's Day of 2010, I would always give and say, wink, wink, nod, nod. And then I'd smile when reporting on a death hoax clue.
Okay, guys. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around. Okay. I'm going to stop it just a second. And I'm going to turn the light back on, okay? Because it's dark in here because I had to do the reflection. And I am so sorry that I have to do things this way, but I'm not an editor, right? Cecil's the editor. Cecil works, right? So anyway, I wanted you guys to see that because not only is January 15th the anniversary of when Peter first called me, that I had learned later that the cartoon that I showed you called A Rare Pearl that I just showed you, well, that first debuted January 15th, 2012, right? Oh my God, it's so much more in the documentary, so I suggest you get the Alive trilogy of Michael Jackson docs or just get Alive 3 and watch Alive 3 on Vimeo, okay? So that was an important date. And then January 15, 2013, which is just a few weeks, like 3 weeks after Christmas, they released the Jackson 5 cartoon DVD box set with all the Jackson 5 cartoons, and that was released on January 15th, okay? So Peter and I have a big January 15th date, and when he called me on January 15th, 2012, he already knew that was the day that the Rare Pearl cartoon first came out. He knew that, and then I guess he planned to release that cartoon the very next year as a wink, wink, nod, nod to me. So anyway, so that's fun stuff, okay? So watch the Alive trilogy to learn why I believe what I believe, and here is all the evidence to support what I believe. I'm trying to get rid of my little glare, Okay, why I believe what I believe. Okay, so now we have to get back to the Wade Robson situation, okay? The Wade Robson, the documentary that is airing, the documentary that I don't want to say the name of it, because I don't want to promote it. You know what I mean? I don't want to say the name of it because I don't want to report it. I don't want to report on it because I'm so upset about it, okay? I'm so upset that people can go testify in court under oath in a deposition and then turn around and go, never mind, right? So right now we have had over 45,000 signatures on that petition, and let's just keep going. Our next goal is 50,000, and this documentary is supposed to first be premiered at the Sundance Film Festival. Well, I'm gonna turn my camera around. This is what Sundance has told us because we have been bombarding them with protest. Okay, we fans, and they said Sundance will not pull Michael Jackson child abuse doc leaving Neverland amid fan protests. See, I had to bring up the name because I had to show you this article. So Sundance is pretty much giving us the middle finger, okay? And they're telling us, we don't care, you need to see it, and we have made a decision to see it, and we don't care who gets mad, and we're just going to do what we want to do because we want to do it, okay? Now, why? I'm going to turn this camera around again. Why on earth is someone who has lied as a kid, okay, according to him now, I believe he told the truth when he was a kid. I believe when he was under oath in the 2005 trial, he told the truth. I believe all the times that he was on camera, he told the truth. This is what I believe, okay? But now, since he wanted to recant his statement saying, oh, I didn't remember. Oh, it was repressed memory. But then he said to Matt Lauer, I did remember. Okay, I just couldn't bring myself to telling the truth. So you knew you lied. Because if you remembered and you said something different. Now, I reviewed some of the testimony of Wade Robson. He was asked, did Michael ever hug you? Yes. Did Michael hug your mother? Yes. Did Michael hug your sister? Yes. Did Michael ever kiss you on the cheek? Yes. Did Michael kiss your sister on the cheek? Yes. Did Michael kiss your mother on the cheek? Yes. Did Michael ever kiss you on the lips? No. Did Michael ever touch you inappropriately? No. Did Michael ever make any sexual advances towards you? No. Absolutely not was his answer. Absolutely not. He was such a strong witness that Tom Mesereau opened up his case with the testimony of Wade Robson. Okay? Now, why on earth did an attorney even take this case? Okay? That's what I don't understand. What powerful entity is out there that said, you know what, there's so much evidence that you said Michael never touched you. I think you got a good claim now that you say he did. I don't get that. Okay, because most attorneys with most people would go, dude, you said it when you were a kid, okay, during 95, okay, in a deposition, okay, recorded. Okay, you said it again in 2005. You're on this show. You're in front of this camera. You know, saying that Michael never molested you, and you hate the thought of even people saying that to you. Okay, and then somebody's going to give you legitimacy, and that was back in 2013. So something in the milk's not clean. Because most attorneys would run for the hills and go, dude, you missed your opportunity. Okay? Plus, you can get convicted of perjury. You can get charged of perjury. Okay? Or obstruction of justice. And since you said Michael told you on the phone, me and you, we ain't gonna tell, right? That's conspiracy too. So I don't understand why some attorney even took it in the first place, and I don't understand why the estate, knowing that the statutes of limitations had already passed, why this even went on for 5 years in the courts, okay? And the reason why I call it 5 years, because it was filed May 2013 and ended December 2017, which is really 4 months and 7 weeks. 4 years and 7 months. But the reason why I say 5 years, you can't just file a lawsuit. You're talking to people first. And they're saying, nope. And you're forced to file a lawsuit because when you file a civil case, you have to show proof that you already tried to work it out before you went to sue someone. Okay? And then this company thought that they could get a lot of money out of the Michael Jackson company when there's so much statements. And then he's saying, oh, I had a kid and that jarred my memory. Dude, people were jarring your memory the whole time. Now with Safechuck, right? They did it all oxen free. If you think Michael Jackson molested you, then I need you to come forward, right? And that's how we got James Safechuck and that other chick. But it was thrown out of court. Hers was just so ridiculous, okay, that they didn't even mess with her too much, okay? Now, I have looked up a couple of legal statutes, okay, for perjury, okay? Now, it would have, like I said in my last video, it would have to be the Santa Barbara district attorney that would file perjury charges against Wade Robson and James Safechuck, because their testimony, according to them, according to Wade Robson, because their testimony made the Santa Barbara, led to, was evidence, crucial evidence, that Michael Jackson, who they are saying now is a child molester, got to roam free for 5 years, for 4 years, okay, before the death announcement, right? So they didn't fear that. You know, and they should fear it, okay? Because I wonder if the Santa Barbara district attorney says, you know what, we're going to file you with court charges, and they could spend up to 4 years in jail. 4 years in jail for it, okay? I wonder if they'll change their mind then. 4 years in jail. Okay, and there could be monetary damages, but it's a criminal thing. Perjury is criminal. Obstruction of justice is criminal. What they said greatly attributed to Michael Jackson being acquitted of child molestation. Okay, now I believe they were telling the truth, so I can't file charges of perjury. Neither can the Michael Jackson estate, because they believe that they were telling the truth, but the Santa Barbara district attorney can. And see if they'll change and recant their stories if they're facing 4 years in jail. See if their lying is worth it then when they're facing 4 years in jail. Okay? I just find it just whatever. So now with perjury, I pulled up a couple of things with perjury. Okay? Here we go. Perjury in California. Okay, I'm gonna turn my camera around. Okay, perjury in California. I read the following defenses. First I read the how to prosecute and prove perjury. And I think there's a valid case here. I read this whole thing, and it's pretty much cut and dry. You provided falsified information that was critical and material and consequential to the verdict. So, yes, it's definitely perjury, definitely without a doubt. Now, the defenses to perjury, okay? You were mistaken. Nah, that's not going to work. He's not going to say he was mistaken because he told Matt Lauer he didn't forget anything. Your memory was genuinely impaired. That's what he's going to do. He's going to try to use some psychological babble thing, babble, wabble, blabble, to say, I didn't remember. But you told Matt Lauer you remembered. Then you said you had repressed memory, but then you said you never forgot. Okay, so then it says the manner in which these questions were confusing. No, the questions were not confusing or convoluted at all. Okay, now this one right here is very important. You may successfully avoid perjury charges by recanting, taking back your false statement. You would acknowledge that your statement was false and retracted in an effort to rectify the situation. I think that word rectify is very critical here. Okay. Because if he said, oh, I want to take it back now, you can't rectify the situation if Michael Jackson is dead. How are you going to rectify it? You're not rectifying anything at all, okay? Because which means that you would, now that Michael should have been found guilty, if he's pronounced dead by a court of law, okay, then you cannot rectify the situation, especially 5 years after the death announcement. Okay, I just want there to be justice, and I want there to be punishment for someone who purposely lies, because he lied either then or now. Okay, and I believe he's lying now. Okay, I believe he's lying now, and there's no rectifying the situation. Okay, and how you gonna rectify it after the court case? Now, can you appeal a case? They had 5 years to. They had 8 years, okay, from 2005 all the way to 2013 is 8 years, Wade, okay? You can't appeal anything until after 60 days. So as far as there's no appeal, there's no nothing, only thing that they can do is the Santa Barbara District Attorney's Office can file charges of perjury, but they fear this whole psychobabble, I didn't remember, but you told Matt Lauer you remembered. You remembered. Okay, so we have that. Okay, then remember the son of Sam? Okay, hold on, let me go back. I'm gonna get to you, Taj, in a minute. Okay, let's close this one. Remember the son of Sam laws. Okay, a lot of people don't know what that is. The son of Sam law is making money off of a crime. Okay, a crime that was committed, or you were a party to a certain crime, and you have turned it around to make money. Now, if everybody can get away with perjury, all the people who said, you know what, Michael didn't molest me, on second thought, yes, he did. I mean, that can go on forever and ever for everybody, anybody. Right? People can change their testimony and say repressed memory and change their whole story. That could happen in every single court case in the land. Okay, and people can turn around and turn it into making money. Now, Wade did the documentary I don't know when the documentary began, but he has said that that after the case got dismissed, okay, in December 2017, the case got dismissed, okay. Is that when you started a documentary, or when you knew it was going to get dismissed when Safechuck's got dismissed, which was about 6 months but prior to that? Okay, when did you start making this documentary? During? It was always a money-making scheme, so since you could not get money from the estate, you now want money from the documentary. Now, I read somewhere that, the Son of Sam laws, let me not move fast. So the Son of Sam law says that people can't profit off of a crime. But in the state of California, the Son of Sam law was struck down in 2002. Son of Sam law was struck down in 2002 in California. That's why Conrad Murray was able to write a book and profit off of his so-called crime. Now, you guys know I do not believe that Michael Jackson is dead. Okay? But now I'm understanding more why he faked his death. And why now he wants to stay hidden more than ever before, because you got people still lying on you, even when you're not even here, and they believe that you're dead. They're still lying on you for money. For money. HBO, okay? Let's move on. Taj Jackson, one of 3T, one of Michael's nephews, okay? He is being very active, and we're very happy, but I'm not so happy with the rest of the family. Maybe they have a plan for later, or, I don't know. But right now, they are being awfully quiet as far as Michael's 8 brothers and sisters and obs of nieces and nephews. But Taj Jackson and Brandi Jackson, who's Randy's daughter, and Taj is Tito's son, they're mad. They're upset. They're hurt. And they're expressing it online. Now, Taj says he wants to do a documentary where you tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and expose Wade, which I will completely support. And I have footage from the trial, lots of it. Okay, so, hit me up. You want some footage from the trial, okay? Now, Taj is showing how Wade has so much evidence that he supported Michael. This is the Michael Jackson opus. He called Michael my mentor. After my uncle passed, and Taj may not know about Michael's death hoax, but I do, Wade wrote a full-page tribute praising my uncle in Michael Jackson opus called My Mentor. Okay. Let me turn the volume up. Okay. Here is Wade Robson, and I'm going to turn this up and start.
Just had a wonderful, in general, with Michael. Just had a wonderful relationship. I learned so much from him as an artist and as a kind human being. And it's my goal to try and just continue as much as I can in my own little world, that legacy.
Okay, see, I want to protect Michael. This is unbelievable. This is after the death announcement. Okay, here's Wade again.
One of the things I noticed about you, and this goes back to why I said you were a stand-up guy, we covered the trial, and you were one of the few people to stick up for him. Mm-hmm. And why do you think that was? And why was it important for you to stick up for him? Because he's always been a friend of me. That's what you do for friends. You tell the truth.
Okay. You see here how he's saying he's telling the truth. So now Taj wants to do a documentary, and I have footage, and I've done a documentary. So if he wants to hook up, and we don't have to talk about the death hoax. We'll just kind of go wink, wink, nod, nod, not say nothing about the death hoax, and I'll just keep it strictly. And this is the D.D. Jackson Foundation. Okay, so support. That's his mother that was murdered, and she was murdered. And they're convicted, and somebody went to jail. Okay, but that's another story. But they have a D.D. Jackson Foundation, and this is his Twitter page. Okay. All right, I'm gonna turn the camera around. Okay. So there's so much that a lawyer, before they take the case, they'd be like, dude, we can't win this. We can't win this. I don't care how much you cry right now. You should have done it before. Okay, you've had people jarring and pulling at your memory for years. For a decade or more. Since 93. 20 years? When people, I can see if you have repressed memory for 20 years and nobody knew. And nobody said nothing, nobody asked you. Okay? Repressed memory. But not repressed memory when people are, did he molest you? You're on the court stand. Tom Snedden, who was the prosecutor he's dead now, but Ron Zonen's there. Ron Zonen, let's see if he's retired, pull him out of retirement. Okay? There were Auchincloss. Wasn't he another one of the attorneys on Santa Barbara? And I'm going on memory. Okay? I hope I got those names right. Okay? I'm going on memory. Okay? Or just Santa Barbara itself, just the district attorney's office itself. Because Wade's testimony made them lose the case. Why did that law firm even take this case when we have so much proof? So something in the milk ain't clean here, you guys. I'm serious. I am serious. Okay, if I go talk to a lawyer and I got proof, I got a letter from the LA District Attorney's Office talking about, I'm sorry, I cannot confirm that the dead body was Michael Jackson's. I can't get anybody to take me seriously. And that's serious. That's serious. I got a letter from the California Department of Motor Vehicles proving the coroner lied about how he named and identified the body. I have that. We got a verdict that went out to the whole wide world that said Dr. Conrad Murray is found guilty. Alleged victim, Michael Joseph Jackson. Alleged date. That went out to the whole wide world, but I can't get anybody to take me seriously. There's no proof that dead body was Michael Jackson's, and I have extreme, unfutable evidence that dead body was a chronic body double. And don't listen to the haters. They don't know what they're talking about. They ain't thought it through. They have not thought through the rebuttal. Okay, their rebuttal. They have not thought it through. I have. There had to be a cause of death. Right? I mean, so I can't get people to take me seriously, but somebody who's lied under oath twice, and then the other case, lied in a deposition. And you guys have to know that lying under oath is just not in a court of law. It's a signed declaration is under oath. It's a deposition that's under oath. It's to a federal officer like the FBI or the CIA. That's also under oath. It's also even notaries is a form of under oath. And I told you, Wade Safechuck, he signed a deposition. That's under oath. Okay, both of them should be charged with perjury. But no, instead, and I didn't finish about the lawyer's fees. Okay, now I saw a document that said that Wade was going to be paying $108,000 for 5 years of lawyering. $108,000, that seems rather cheap to me. When Catherine's trial, when she sued AEG Live, right? That wasn't 5 years of research. And it went to trial, but it was $800,000. $800 versus only $100,000? I don't know. Okay, but there should be something that the estate can do. Okay, because this is defamatory, but right now the only person that can really sue for defamation, because you can't sue for defamation if someone is deceased. Would Michael come back and go, I'm not deceased, and sue them for defamation? I mean, that would be a risk to him. Okay, that would be a risk to him. I'm trying to get the glare out of my glasses. Right? That would be a risk to him. So Catherine, she can sue for defamation because it is going to affect the value of the estate. Okay, all these people, all these media sources that are making money off of the sale of Michael's music, okay, off of the sale of his videos, off of the sale of anything that is Michael Jackson owned. Michael doesn't get all the money. You got to share that money. You know, like when I sell a DVD on Amazon, Amazon gets a portion of that. Don't think they don't. And Amazon is expensive to sell on. Okay, Amazon even gets a percentage of the shipping, and they don't touch the documentary. What the heck? Okay, Vimeo. Whenever you make a sale on Vimeo, they get their portion. They get their percentage. So when Michael sells a record, they get their percentage. So Michael feeds an industry. Okay, Michael feeds an industry. And for this industry to turn on Michael like that, something don't seem right to me. Okay, HBO, they according to Taj Jackson, they co-funded this documentary. They gave money for it. And with R. Kelly right now, I would double up on the damages if I was Catherine. Catherine is getting old. She probably can't go through with it, but she can sit at home and then the lawyers can just update her. You know what I mean? They can just update her on what's going on, because the value of what's hers right now is being negatively affected by the perjury of Wade Robson and James Safechuck. It's being negatively affected. Okay? Now, a lot of times when there's publicity, like I heard that with R. Kelly, that his sales went up, but they might just go up temporarily. It might not be something that happens over a long period of time. I believe right now, with what's going on with R. Kelly right now, they won't, Illinois, I heard, wouldn't give him a permit to do a concert, and concerts are getting canceled. You know, his record sales may have jumped just because of publicity and a few of the supporters, but within a year, are those sales going to just diminish into nothing? And because there's no more publicity on him? You know, like there's a saying in what's it called with the dominoes? All money ain't good money. Okay, because you might take 10 points now, but that 10 points might cost you 25 in the long run. You see what I mean? So it would have to be Catherine. As far as Paris, Prince, and Blanket, there's other issues with them that I don't want to get into. Okay? But Catherine, for sure, can sue as a family member who is negatively affected by the defamation of Michael's character by Wade Robson, James Safechuck, after they cleared Michael and they helped Michael get free. Okay? Okay? Now they want to say that things are different now? No way. No. And there should be a law against people who do this. Okay? There should be a law against people who go under oath, they testify, and then later, when they can make money off of it, they change their story. That should be against the law. That's not right. That's not right. And I don't care what he says about repressed memory. People were shaking you, jarring that memory for decades, Wade. Oh, I had my child, and then all of a sudden, your child was a baby. That didn't have nothing to do with you. You didn't know Michael when you were a baby. Your child wasn't 7. So he just made that up. And then now, do you see how angry we are about R. Kelly and how sad that situation is? And R. Kelly is not Michael Jackson. Don't ever get it twisted. Okay, but I see how they manipulated that documentary to make R. Kelly look like a monster devil dude. Are they going to do that with Michael? In this documentary? Wade's going to be crying. Safechuck's going to be crying. Right? And whoever else is going to be crying. All of us that believe that Michael Jackson is innocent and that Wade Robson and Safechuck told the truth when they denied molestation, we don't have a case. It has to be from the people that were harmed by their testimony. And I bet you if they are faced with 4 years in jail, would they change their story then under oath? I remember there was an example, Bob Jones, who was Michael's publicist, okay, wrote a book insinuating that Michael was guilty, okay, got up on the stand under oath and said, no, I don't believe Michael molested any kids. And they said, why are you changing what's in your book? And he said, well, because in my book, I'm not under oath. And that's what James Safechuck and Robson, they're not under oath in these documentaries. And then one girl, I gotta thank some fans, but I gotta say this. One girl named Karen sent me one of the tabloids, and we gotta know that there are pictures out there that are very misleading. There was a Radar Online article with some pictures that were all saying that they found them in the 2003 raid when 69 police officers raided Neverland, but it wasn't true. Even Ron Zonin had to come out and go, no, we didn't find all those pictures. Come on, that ain't all true. Okay, some of them were for 2010. They were photoshopped. And then where there were like clothes on people, they blacked them out to make people look like they were naked. And then it says somebody said that there were more pictures, and somebody said that these were pictures found at the house. See, that's how they manipulate the story. Okay. Now I know that Michael had sued Evan Chandler, Jordy Chandler's uncle, which is Jordy Chandler's father, who did commit suicide. My first mind was right, 10 years ago, November 2009, okay? The brother wrote this horrible book, okay? And I believe Michael was able to get that book taken off the shelves. Michael also successfully sued some of his ex-employees for lying on him and won a defamation suit. Are those people going to be the people that are in this documentary? This is some scary stuff. Diane Diamond? Is she going to be in this documentary? Oh, Lord. Her and that Victor Gutierrez, Lord have mercy. I think I called him Rodriguez Gutierrez. Oh, my God. He is one. Oh, my God. The things that he said. Oh, my God. We're talking about tampons up the butt to stop anal bleeding stuff. I mean, sick stuff. He said that there was a tape of Michael molesting a kid. There was never a tape. So they're going to twist this documentary up to being something horrible and make people feel, oh my God, oh, this is so scary. Because people want to be noticed. So they jump on the bandwagon about Michael. Oh, I got a Michael story. Let me make up something salacious. And then they get airtime because it's in somebody's best interest to make Michael look guilty. I am terrified of this documentary. I am terrified. I think that it's going to be so skewed to make Michael look guilty. It's going to be heartbreaking. And will it make the public believe that he was? Especially those who we just recently changed their mind. Who always said, well, you don't hang around kids unless you want to have sex with them. No, that's not true. What about teachers? Baseball coaches? Hockey coaches? Not all people somebody got to teach the kids. Somebody got to be around the kids. So you can't say that he did all this. He was trying to live his childhood, and then when time was necessary for him to be a father figure, he was a father figure. They talk about girls Michael and all his girly magazines, there was no child pornography. No illegal, no matter what they show you, there was no illegal child pornography found for the 2005 trial. There are books out there, but they're legal. They're legal. We're talking about illegal stuff. And Michael's proclivities towards sex, when they went through all his girly magazines, was normal, heterosexual, likes girls, likes women, period. Black women, fat women, women, white women, 10 years of Playboy, Hustler, that type of stuff. That's why Michael was found not guilty on every single count, because the jury couldn't find anything that showed that he was, number one, homosexual, and number two, into homosexual with little boys. Okay, there was nothing. That's why they found him innocent on all 14 counts, and we got to stay strong with that. Okay, because this documentary is going to be twisted up. It's going to be twisted up with some sick individuals who want to say, see, I was right. I was right after all. Now that there's not a court case, but it's now it's again about destroying his image and devaluing his name and likeness. And these people, they're holding on for a long time. Okay? There should be a law against you testifying in court and then changing your mind when you can make money off of it. That should be automatic perjury. Automatic, especially when people have been asking you for years. And there's multiple recordings, signed declarations, depositions, okay, testimony, recorded interviews. There should be something about that ain't right that he can do this. I'm upset about it. Something's not right with that. Okay? So we got to do something about it, and I wish Taj the best. He said he was in talking to the estate about hopefully they'll help him finance a documentary about it. But I have my documentary, guys, The Trial and Triumph of the King of Pop. And why is, after, 13 and a half years, my documentary is like the only one that's been released about Michael's innocence? And I paid for that. I had to pay to be up there in the 2005 trial. Somebody said, oh, it don't matter if she was there. She was doing her job. I was doing my job from my company. I wasn't up there because somebody was paying me a salary because I worked for CNN or I worked for BET or I worked for somebody. I was there as Elbow Grease Production, as True Talk, as my own company, paying my own bills. So yeah, I supported Michael not only in what I saw, what I learned by telling the truth, but also by recording it and paying for airtime and airing it and paying to be up there, to reserve a space up there to be at that trial. Okay, so my support is put your money where your mouth is. I've been putting my money where my mouth is with Michael Jackson since 2005. Nobody finances any of my documentaries or any of these projects. I do. I do. Okay, so that's my rant, okay? Now, I want to thank a couple of people, okay? Tina Dunn, I have the ink symbol on. She sent me this choker. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, let me turn it around and put that part in the back, if I can, with one hand, okay? Okay, Tina Dunn, thank you so much for this ink symbol. See, it's lovely. It's nice. Okay. And I like to thank, here I got some more gifts from some more fans. I like to thank Micheline James. You see the beautiful gold butterfly. Thank you so much. And I like to thank Flash Nessa. Thank you so much for the card. And this is a bad necklace, but I could only wear one at a time. Bad necklace. Okay. And I'd like to thank, you see my mess. And I'd like to thank here somebody who sent me this. Her name is Karen, and she sent me this note, and she sent me this magazine, and she was saying to me, okay, let me turn this around. And she was saying, explain what's in this, this magazine. Even though she's a supporter of Michael, but she's confused. And what they did with those pictures, they block out when they have clothes on. They block out that they have on swim trunks. They block out that they have on pants. And it makes it look like they're nude. And it's somebody said that they saw this. Somebody said that they found this. And somebody said there's more. 69 police officers searching Neverland. There ain't no more. There ain't no more. Okay? But back to my very, very last point is that it should be a law against changing your testimony for profit. Okay? There should be a law against changing your testimony for profit or for the pursuit of profit, the pursuit of money. Because I believe it was a $50 million lawsuit where Wade Robson tried to sue MJJ Productions and MJJ Ventures. Okay? And it was dismissed. And it shouldn't have went on for 5 years because there was a statute of limitation that had already passed. Okay? That already had passed. Already. Okay? To where you should have just nipped it in the bud immediately. Now we got a whole big old mess because they're emboldened, they're mad, and now they're going to do a smear campaign against disgruntled employees, okay, sick individuals, sick journalists who want to sit and go, see, I was right. I got somebody to say he was a molester, like Diane Diamond, okay? I wonder who else is in that documentary, okay? But all we can do, I'm not going to Park City, Utah. I'm not going, okay? I know that some fans want to go and they want to protest, and more power to you. Go, make sure you have nice big picket signs and report back to us. Let us know. Go on live, Facebook Live, and let us know that nobody's going in there. Because that's the only hope that we have, is that very few people go in there to see the documentary at Sundance. And if it flops at Sundance, maybe HBO might not air it, but HBO has an investment. I know a lot of fans have said, I've canceled my HBO subscription. A lot of people have said that they've done the same thing. Now I'm coming out with a movie, but my movie is in support of Michael every which way possible, given a reason why he would fake his death. Okay? Because he is being harassed. And I consider this harassment. And also, he is being, his rights are being violated. His constitutional rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Okay? And that's why he faked his death. Because of the harassment. Because of the false allegations that continue, even through people who think he's now dead. You can't rectify what you did, Wade Robson. If you believe Michael Jackson is dead, there's no rectifying that. Who are you going to rectify it with? How are you going to change the verdict? How are you going to put somebody in behind bars that you believe is dead? You can't. So now, I'm kind of like, oh my God, Michael and the death hoax. But hey, I waited a year before I reported on the death hoax. Michael is somewhere in the world where we can't touch him. Trust me. You can't find him. And there's no reason to find him. Okay? There's no reason to find him. Statute of limitations, you blew it, Wade. Okay? And you're lying. You would never win. Even if Michael came back and there was a court case, you wouldn't win because you have lied so many times. You have protected Michael so many times. Okay? You have protected Michael so many times. You have told the truth. You have said you told the truth, that Michael never molested you. And then when they asked, if you slept in Michael's bed, did Michael sleep near you? No, he didn't sleep near me. you're watching cartoons. You're watching videos. People fall asleep on the bottom of the bed, under covers, and then Michael would get up and sleep on the floor. After the kids fell asleep, he'd get up, he'd make himself a pallet on the floor and fall asleep, and finish his sleep on the floor. On the floor. So when they woke up in the morning, Michael was on the floor now. Because everybody just fell asleep watching a movie. Okay? So, we got to stay strong, fans. Okay, got to stay strong. Okay, love you guys. Don't forget, if you want to know more about the Alive trilogy of Michael Jackson docs, please do. And if you want to watch the greatest fan support of a pop star ever in the history of the world, watch my Michael Jackson, The Trial and Triumph of the King of Pop. It's available on Vimeo.com, and I'll put a link down here. Okay, guys? All right. So I think I thanked everybody. I think I did all that I was going to do. And happy birthday. Happy birthday, Martin Luther King. We love you. You did so much for the world. Okay? Happy anniversary, Peter. January 15th, a rare pearl. That's me. Okay. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.